This is where we left last week. This device, these 3 deployers here, would place 2 snow blocks in a head and form a snow golem, which would then get captured in a source file, soul vial, turned into a blizz cube in this machine. The blizz cube would be put onto this snowball, and the empty soul vial would go back for recycling. And I automated it because I have to do that 250 times to make one of the 12 eyes which I need to open the final portal and get back home. Here's the problem. They would build a golem, it would get caught. The left side would build a second golem, and this machinery on the right would take so long to process that they would go to build a third golem while the second one was still there. The 2 snow blocks would get locked by the golem, but the head wouldn't, because snow golems are actually only 2 blocks tall once they're formed. Then eventually the second golem would be captured, and the 2 snow blocks would be placed, and nothing would happen, because in Minecraft, when you build a golem, the head has to go on last, or at least simultaneously. So, my first thought was slow all of this down. So I built this rotational speed controller, and I manually slowed it all the way down to 1, and that wasn't slow enough. So then I thought I would have to put additional gearing in here to spin these at a fractional speed even lower than 1 RPM. It didn't work. Apparently, and this is something I have just learned about Create, these machines won't operate below 1 RPM. Even if they're getting a fractional speed lower than that, they round the speed up to 1 RPM. So I cannot make these fingers move slower by spinning the gear slower. So I did something else. Redstone. These deployers work like some vanilla and other Create machines. You can give them a redstone signal to pause them. So I put this little smart observer here. This sends out a redstone pause signal if there's a block in the way. Or maybe I have that reversed. In any event, this will hold the head up top until the middle actually gets built, which doesn't happen until this golem's out of the way, and now everything has been running just fine. And then this snowball here, I am up to 195 applications. That should be done, maybe, by the time tonight's stream is over. Next, I need to make purification chamber and the electrolytic separator. The purification chamber needs 1 propeller, that's easy, and a steel casing, and the artificial intelligence. Oh, that needs some blizz cubes. I'm going to have to intercept a couple of those. This machine is also slow, and also not something I can upgrade speed-wise yet, except I have my time in the bottle. There's 1 blizz cube. I mostly dislike using it just because it adds an extra layer of time management, but there is no denying that being able to make a machine run 32 times as fast as normal for half a minute comes in handy. Make my artificial intelligence. Make my steel casing. Make the purification chamber. And the separator... do that again. Alright, I have you 2 now. No rewards. No rewards. And you, I have frog lights. Make the advanced control circuit. Purification chamber flint into a frog light. Give me all my frog lights. 16 of them. Give me 16 flint. And I started running more power over here for my mechanism stuff. Try there for now. It's not 1 flint. How much flint do I need? I have no clue. They are pushing me towards separating water into oxygen and hydrogen. Well, here's the good thing. I have water. It's right here. It was going into my phytogenic insulator, but I don't need it anymore because I have all the saplings I need. Side config, auto eject gases, output 2 goes to the right. Over here, 1, 2. Hydrogen's on the left. Good. Okay, I need no flint at all anymore. What's next? Pressurized reaction chamber, the osmium compressor. I'm going to go to the left first. Matter condenser. So, a Applied Energistics 2 has the ability to create singularities, and you do it by feeding it items or fluid. Any items, any fluid. You just dump stuff into it, and eventually you have so much stuff, it forms a singularity for you. But you do need to make a memory card to hold that much information in a digitized form. What does the Ender Resonator need? An Enderman head. I have one of those. And a Vibrant Alloy Ingot. I don't think I have that. Vibrant Alloy is Energetic Alloy and an Ender Pearl. Energetic Alloy. Oh, that's why I need this PRC. Oxygen and Destabilized Redstone? Wait, did I make the PRC? I have to make the PRC. Pressurized reaction chamber. Da-da-da-da. Where does that lie in my quest line? It's over here. There should be a link back over here, quest-wise, but there isn't. Question, where do you live? You need oxygen. The oxygen's going into this. You will send oxygen also forward. I put hydrogen in you by accident. Am I going to have to make a dropper to clear you? This little thing will suck up a small amount of any gas or liquid. It's used just for what I did right there, basically. You make destabilized redstone by putting redstone in a magma crucible. Now I can just move this from next to one machine next to the other. Once this is full, I'll put it on top of this. Refined glowstone. Game, what are you doing? So I need a bucket of energized glowstone, which is also made in the magma crucible. Make it really slow, why don't you? Which of you has my augment? There you are. Hey, you work twice as fast. Thank you. Also, and 4 times as fast. Oh my god. Okay, so once upon a time, energized glowstone, when you poured it into the world, it flowed up. In here, it even is a special case and fills the process bar from the top down. I have never seen that before. Like, the icon being reversed, yes, I have seen that. That is more than cute. Just there for now. Yeah, that was it. I had to forcibly insert the fluid. It was not able to pull. Maybe it's not weird at all, and I'm just forgetting how Mekanism's machines work. And after I have that, I need the Ender IO, Enderman head. That's the one that looks at me. Although, ideally, both should work. I'm still going to use that one, because I don't need nightmares. Is it processing? It is. Oh, so slowly. Also, is this thing still running? No. I have a cold eye. A nicey look. Ender Resonator. You're done. You get to make this. Alright, I have the matter condenser. I have enough memory to store digitized items worth 1 singularity. It doesn't need energy at all, it just runs. I didn't need to make this cable. Now, how slow is this? Too slow. It's going to take 250,000 seconds. Even if I crank this up, this upper can only transfer 2 per second, so that's still going to take 1/8 of a million seconds. Is 2,083 minutes. Is 34.72 hours. Yeah, much, much too long. I will have to make one of these. This is the top tier upgrade for thermal. A Ruda Spring. Teleportation core. Oh, that's going to need yet another one of these. And an Enderman Soul Vial, which honestly doesn't surprise me. I mean, when you think teleportation, it looks like they are going to bind me up on singularities. So maybe start with the beehive, which I did summon a bee, and I made a hive for it. The magical eye is throw a pizza through the portal. Why do I need a beehive for that? Mushrooms I have. Actually, any vegetable. 3 wheat. Tomato sauce. How does throwing pizza through the portal get you a magic eye? Because the elves will reward you. That's the whole thing around the portal. My headcanon is it opens into like the restroom of some elf corporation. And so someone's just sitting there washing their hands and iron just falls out of the wall. And they're like, ooh, this stuff is rare. I've never seen this before. And they just dig into their pockets for phenomenally magic gems that just they use like nickels and throws it back to as a reward. And I'm like, ooh, these are incredibly rare. And we both benefit. And I guess they want pizza too. Osmium compressor. And I believe this machine does one thing. But they think it's important. It wanted me to get the honeycomb. I can do that at least to get the quest. And some beeswax. Which is inside. Honey bottle. Bee plushie. Bee. I'm still confused why I need honey for pizza. I should check the recipe for this cheese. That's probably going to answer my question. Flaxen cheese wheel or scarlet cheese wheel. I have to age the unripe scarlet cheese wheel. That's where the honey gets used, and I need a bucket of scarlet cheese. Where does scarlet cheese come from? Sugar, netherwort, crimson fungus. Let me see if the white cheese is easier. Oh, I can make this a lot easier. Pumpkin seeds, brown mushroom, sugar, and... Okay, the brick joke just dropped. I need that cow. That cow was not an accident. Oh, you're right there. Yoink. There's the milk. A brown mushroom, pumpkin seed, 1 sugar. We are burbling. It takes a while though, right? 8 minutes. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. What else do I need? I do need tomatoes. Right-clicking it with fortune just because it might give me more stuff. Sometimes it does, depends on the mod. My copper pot, it was still set up to make jam. A watch cheese never spoils. Taste of time. I don't know specifically where this has to be in order to ripen. I'm going to do a quick web search. Place the wheel on any solid block in the world. Okay, I would not have guessed that. Any solid block in the world. Hey, time in a bottle. Age my cheese. There we go. Four slices of cheese. And finally, I can make the pizza. And I have 3 slices of cheese left over for more pizza. That part's done. The easy part is done. Everything else is now hung up on the Elven Gateway core, which is hung up on a singularity. I need right now to figure out how I am going to make items a lot faster. What is good at piping into there? I can do fluids. Sure. And it starts all over. Oh, that's much faster. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make the 4 times speed upgrade. I start with the hardened integral component. The next one is the reinforced. I happen to have all the ingredients for it. The next one is 4 times. I need hardened glass. What else do I need? The Enderium ingots. Oh, have I made a chemical oxidizer? Have they low-key snuck one additional machine requirement into this? But for now, I will put the triple speed reinforced component into my water pump. There's a slim chance I've already bottlenecked on fluid flow because of the pipe I'm using. Actually, not the pipe, but the servo. Attachment servo, attachment turbo servo. I'm going to make one anyway. It is fairly cheap and it can't hurt. Does this seem faster? Oh yes. This will accumulate singularities in here. Every time this cranks over to 250,000, and I'm already at 8,000, I will get 1 singularity. Oh, here's the chemical injection chamber. I do have to make it, just later. Inside these equations, there are monsters warping in a black hole. That sounds like fun. The reality frame can be used to warp in a black hole. The process is the same as normal, except it involves a black hole. However, the modified data chip should be used instead of a normal one. When the black hole has formed, you can right-click it with a singularity. The singularity will be consumed and the black hole will spit out pieces of antimatter. Remind me to wear my rain boots. Ultimate control circuit. It needs refined obsidian into an atomic alloy. Atomic alloy needs an antiprotonic nucleosynthesizer and 1 antimatter pellet and refined obsidian. And then a combiner in string theory, and that's close to the end. Because the dragon eye is 100 buckets of dragon's breath, so I need 400 bottles. Oh, that's going to be annoying, because I think that has to be collected manually. The cryptic eye, I already got. The evil eye, lumicine. How do I get lumicine? Bifrost blocks. Bifrost blocks are made by combining elf glass with a rod of the Bifrost, which does not get used up. The rod of the Bifrost you get with ingredients that you get by trading with the elves. So that is fairly straightforward. Once you get it, you can do it manually in bulk. Speaking of doing things manually, I will close out by getting my 4th piece of Terra Steel, and then drop off for the night. Green. Green means good. And see you next week for more of this.